Benvenuto. Welcome to Cherry Hill Home Cooking. My name is Mark. Today we're going to make cranberry orange meatballs in the slow cooker. In the beginning of November of 2021, or the holiday season, I'm sure just like all of you, every YouTube vid I clicked on had a advertisement, and this recipe kept coming up again and again and again. It's actually from one of the local family chains up in our area, so which I don't think they're national. I think they're just the Northeast. But anyway, every time I clicked on a video, this came, this very short, 30-second video came up, and it was orange cranberry meatballs cooked in the slow cooker, and it looked delicious. So I kept seeing it and seeing it and seeing it. And then New Year's, we were having people over, and I thought, let me try that. And it was delicious. So anyway, a couple things before I babble on too much longer. We'll go over the ingredients in a minute. But of course, one of the important things with this recipe is we're going to do them in a slow cooker. All right? I'm sure almost everybody in the United States has a slow cooker. A couple of years ago, I needed to buy a new slow cooker because mine was really, really old, and I broke it. I cracked it, cleaning it. Anyway, so I was looking for a crock pot for, looking at several different models, and I came across this one. Now, what I like about this one is it's a 6-quart, and it also comes with a 4-quart. I'm sorry, this is the 6-quart. So it's got a 6-quart insert, a 4-quart insert, and this, I believe these were probably 2 or a quart each. But anyway, this is great for keeping something warm. If you're doing a buffet and you've made mashed potatoes or a vegetable or a sauce or anything, this is just wonderful to keep stuff warm. You can also cook it as well. But these are all interchangeable, so of course they all fit inside the base of the crock pot. The other thing I really like about this one, which my other one didn't have, which was old, I'm sure most crock pots have them today, is after the cooking time, it automatically shuts off and it keeps it warm. Instead of shutting it off after the cook time that you've programmed in, it shuts off to keeping it warm. But anyway, I just thought I'd show you that because I love that I can have the 3 different uses for this. If I had to give it a knock or a ding, it's not travelable. You can't travel with it. Meaning, so some of the ones I've seen, have it so that the lid locks into the actual porcelain part of the pot, and you can carry it and take it someplace else. Can't do that with this one. But anyway, all right, back to the main event. So, what we're going to need for our cranberry orange cocktail meatballs is we need some frozen meatballs. Now, the original recipe that comes along with this calls for an 18-ounce frozen mini meatballs, and it says homestyle. I have never been able to find the homestyle one here. I've gone to the supermarket that sponsors this video. I've gone to the other 2 big supermarkets in the town. I've not been able to get the homestyle ones. The first time I made it, I used just the Angus beef ones. Came out delicious. Today or yesterday when I picked up the ingredients, could not get the Angus beef. So I'm going to do the Swedish meatball ones. The Swedish meatball ones I think would go really good with this recipe because you usually do serve those with like lingonberry sauce, which is similar to cranberry sauce, which is one of the other ingredients. You could basically use any you want. You can use turkey meatballs. The only thing I probably wouldn't use would be the Italian flavored ones. Just because I'm not quite sure how those flavors would go with cranberry sauce and orange. But hey, give it a try and let us know if you liked it. And again, I haven't been able to get the 18-ounce. This is the 26-ounce, so we're going to have a few extras. The original recipe calls for 18-ounce both times I've made it, or the first time I've made it and this time I used the 26. It seemed to come out beautiful. All right, so the next big ingredient is cranberry sauce. So 1 15-ounce can of cranberry sauce. Now, originally, the original recipe calls for whole cranberry sauce. Now, one of Wade's favorite things in the world, I'm sure I've told you this before, is cranberry sauce. He loves cranberry sauce, and it's got to be the jellied cranberry sauce. So for years, I've had, you go to the supermarket, I go to pick it up, and all they have is the whole cranberry, no jellied. For some reason this year, I have not been able to find whole cranberry sauce in any of the supermarkets. So, again, the first time I made the recipe, I used the jellied. I'm going to use that too. I did want to try the whole cranberry just to see if it made any difference whatsoever, but again, couldn't find it. All right, the next big ingredient is, believe it or not, orange soda. Now, the particular recipe calls for a very specific brand of orange soda, but I don't think it makes any difference. We don't drink a lot of soda in our house, very seldom. The only time we ever have it around is if we know we're expecting company or giving a party or something. So, but I'm going to use the brand that they recommended in the video. It rhymes with Santa. But anyway, so I think you can use any orange soda. And you need 12 fluid ounces. So I didn't want to have to buy a whole 12 pack of 12 fluid because we don't drink it. But we will polish off this 2 liter in a day or so. Okay, then the only other ingredient, guys, is your favorite barbecue sauce. All right, you need 3/4 of a cup of that. So we got our meatballs, barbecue sauce, cranberry sauce, and orange soda. That's it. Okay, so now you don't have to do this, but I have had I've already preset my crock pot to 4 hours and 30 minutes because the recipe says, now remember, everything here is cooked. You're not really putting anything raw in here. The meatballs are fully cooked. We're just going to cook those, and they're going to thaw in there and get nice and coated in the sauce. But I'm going to do the low method because by the time that's done, that'll be ready for our dinner tonight. So the recipe says 2 hours on high, 4 hours on low. Now, I'm sure that crock pot recipe makers have cushioned in the time it takes to get the crock pot to the right temperature, but I'm sorry guys, I have this strange brain. I always set it for a half hour longer than the recipe calls. In my mind, it's preheating the crock pot or the slow cooker to the right temperature. But anyway, so I have done that. So I've got my, so I set my crock pot for 4 hours and 4 hours and 30 minutes. I've been talking for 11 minutes. Wow, no, maybe 9 minutes. All right, so we're just gonna jump right into this, guys, because there's literally almost nothing to do. So we got our cranberry sauce, okay? I'm gonna put it in. All right. Then we got our orange soda. And just kind of want to give that a little stir, start to break it up a bit. Of course, also, guys, for people that, if you haven't used a crock pot, which I don't think that's possible as anybody out there that hasn't, but when you use a crock pot, one of the most important things is you never want to, once you put that cover on, unless your recipe calls for you to stir it or add something to it, you never want to take the cover off, because once you do that, of course you're letting all the heat out of the pan, and you're going to have to have a half hour onto it for, or whatever the appropriate amount is, for it to get back up to temperature. All right, so then we'll take our barbecue sauce. Let's throw that in there. And get that stirring around and get it broken up a bit if you can. I'm going to grab a whisk and see if I can break that up a little bit more. I don't know what to do with it, but anyway, this would work. So when I made it the first time, I didn't wait for this to all dissolve. I'm just trying to break up some of the big chunks of it. Now we haven't put any salt, pepper, or anything like that. I realize that. That's what the recipe calls for. Okay, then the only thing left to do to get our meatballs in. I got the little cocktail meatballs. You could do the slightly larger ones, and you know, you could also use this as dinner recipes as well. I find it works perfectly as an appetizer. We got. Frozen? They're still frozen, yep. I took them, they're from the oven, from the refrigerator. So then you just want to give them a, look at that, a couple are trapped in there. What are the odds? Then we just want to kind of give them a stir so that we can coat them all. Get them all nicely coated in that sauce. So as I said, this is the cocktail size ones. This is perfect for you know, upcoming Super Bowl parties, birthday parties where you're having a large crowd. Of course, this is kind of like, you know, this is you see a lot of recipes similar to this with grape jelly and orange juice, which are delicious. This was just a little different, so I thought, oh God, let's try that. And it is delicious. All right, that's it, guys. We're gonna put our cover on. We don't have to do anything else to it. And we're going to let that slow cook for 4 hours. And we'll see you then. Okay, it's a little over 4 hours later. As I said, it's slow cooked on low, I should say, for 4 hours. It did kind of shut off. It's been sitting here on warm for about 10-15 minutes. Anyway, there you have it, guys. All right, next time you see us, we'll be eating dinner. Okay, it's time to eat. While I use the cocktail size, certainly these make a wonderful hors d'oeuvre or as a party snacker. But we're having this for our dinner tonight, so we're going to have it with some mashed potatoes. All right, let's see. How do they taste?
Yeah. Wow.
They're as good as they were last time. Delicious. Got some mashed potatoes with the nice gravy from the sauce.
Taste the cranberries. And,
yep.
Yep.
Yeah, just give it that nice little cranberry tanginess along with that yummy barbecue sauce. Almost makes me feel like it's summertime when it's raging cold out right now.
Oh, these are very good.
Very good. Yeah. Well, I hope that you guys all tried this recipe. I hope you liked cooking along with us or watching us cook. And
please check out cherryhillhomecooking.com. Please like and subscribe. See you in the next video.
Ciao.
Bye.
They're so yummy.
They are. Just a little toothpick in it.
Yep. That's how they do.
Serve.